Shortly after testifying on behalf of new gun restrictions, former astronaut Mark Kelly, husband of former Arizona Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, purchased an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle from a gun store in Tucson. Doug McKinley, owner of the Diamondback Police Supply Company that conducted that sale, has cancelled the purchase and refunded the money to Kelly. After that transaction was made public, Kelly was widely criticized by gun rights activists. Claiming that he bought the gun to demonstrate how easy it is to buy a so-called assault weapon, Kelly said that he planned to turn it over to the Tucson Police Department. However, McKinley said that because Kelly didn't plan to keep the rifle for his personal use, it would be in the best interest of his company not to go through with the sale.
Arkansas resident Brandon Purcell was arrested and had his cell phone seized by a SWAT team from the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office last February. And despite the fact the case was dismissed, Purcell never got his cell phone back. The department initially promised to pay for the lost phone, but retracted its offer when informed that replacing the missing iPhone 5 would cost more than $1,000. Purcell recalls that he was taking pictures of a SWAT raid when he was approached by Officer Brian D. Fuller, who demanded that Purcell show ID and surrender his phone. When Purcell, citing his legal rights, refused to turn over the phone, Fuller assaulted him, threw him to the ground, and ordered other officers, quote, "get his phone," as the man was swarmed. Purcell was charged with resisting arrest and obstruction, but those charges were dropped.
California has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, and a program in which police seize firearms from residents who are deemed to be mental health risks. State Legislator Anthony Rendon has introduced a bill that would further constrict the rights of gun owners by banning lead ammunition as an environmental threat. That bill is sponsored by three major environmental groups: Defenders of Wildlife, the Humane Society, and Audubon California. On the other end of the continent, state legislators in Connecticut are pursuing a similar approach by proposing a 50% sales tax on ammunition.
An amendment quietly added to the 2013 Agricultural Appropriations Bill protects makers of genetically modified seeds from litigation arising from health concerns over the bioengineered organisms. This amendment is formally known as the Farmer Assurance Provision, but referred to by critics as the Monsanto Protection Act, referring to the agribusiness corporation that is the world's leading producer of genetically modified seeds, or GMOs. This bill would strip federal courts of authority to issue injunctions against the use of GMOs regardless of the consumer health concerns. Democratic Senator John Tester of Montana proposed an amendment to strip that provision from the appropriations bill, but his amendment was never brought up for a vote.
The police department in Richmond, Virginia, are reviewing videos of a St. Patrick's Day incident in which Officer R.E. Davidson assaulted and attempted to choke a man named Jason Dotson. The video of the confrontation, which has gone viral, shows Davidson grabbing Dotson by the throat, throwing him to the ground, and then eventually applying a rear chokehold after the victim is attacked by another officer wielding a baton. This took place during the annual Shamrock the Block event in downtown Richmond. Dotson, who was not arrested, had been protesting the treatment of his twin brother, who had been taken into custody. He claims that he hadn't been drinking at the event, but was there as a designated driver.
You're watching the Next News Network.